So, Diddy is being sued by a male employee for $30 million and everybody's going insane right now because in their minds it's finally proven that some of these things that people been saying about Diddy to be true. But I've done my research and I gotta let everybody know to pump their brakes a little bit, just a little bit, because this may be one of the situations that Diddy may truly be innocent, man. I went through the lawsuit and it seems like a fiction novel that's based on a true story. I'ma just keep it G with you, bro. It plays into all the social media narratives that's enough to get the blogs talking and the messy folks to believe all the stuff that dude is alleging, such as Young Miami's female cousin trying to SA him, Diddy touching him inappropriately while trying to convince him to have gay sex, and using a video of Stevie J having relations with a white man to prove that it's cool to do. But that story about Stevie J is the first lie that's been exposed, and we have the receipts about that, but we'll get back to that. But first, let's talk about who is this former male employee, and you'll understand why he's suing Diddy. Okay, so the guy's name is Lil Rod. He's a producer, and months ago, in a story that I've actually been watching closely, Lil Rod began to have a public dispute with Diddy over publishing credits on Diddy's last album. He posted these clips to his Instagram with a member on Diddy's team saying this to him.
What the heck, 'cause I run shit here, nigga. You feel me? I run shit.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Little Rod ain't worth giving his kingdom to if we don't control his publishing. I can solve his efforts with 3 other human beings. He's eating at our table. And I like his backstory, but you need to have other people. It's hard to work with him unless we have his pub. He's a piece of shit human, but we do not need his talent unless we can work with him.
So it looks like someone on Diddy's team was reading the message out loud as Diddy was sitting there laughing, and the message was about Little Rod. So in the caption of the video, he says, "Y'all celebrating Grammy Week. I'm currently nominated on an album. I produced at least 9 songs. I should be celebrated, but I'm currently quietly fighting for my publishing for months. I took a year straight off to do work on this album, and I'm definitely not being showed love." Now that video right there, the caption right there, prompted a response from Diddy's artist/producer/writer named Jazzy and Stevie J, who also produces for Diddy. Now, Jazzy responds in the comments, saying, "Rod, come on, you added sounds to songs. You were an instrumentalist for hire. Don't add fuel to a man's name that's going through it." Now, Stevie J says, "Post the whole video. Don't make it seem like niggas sitting around joking on you. You didn't produce 9 songs on a project. Adding a piano on a song doesn't make you the producer. Adding bass on a song definitely doesn't make you a producer. Tell the whole story on how you came in as an engineer. Don't get selective amnesia, and don't try to make the homie look like he's stealing from you, because clearly I know that ain't the case." Lil Rod responds saying, "Yo, how dare you? My number ain't changed. Speaking of that, your name is next to mine as a producer on Deliver Me, and no one else touched that track but me and Jay Dilla. I've never been known of an engineer in this game as long as I've worked. In fact, Mixed by Source is an actual engineer that worked on this album and hasn't been credited as one. I'm confused because if I'm an engineer, why am I credited as a producer? And this video clearly speaks to them plotting on my pub. But what I'm most certain is you're possibly working with them against me. I don't give no funks about no danger zone. Them threats ain't never worked." Alright, that's them going back and forth. I think someone else that's in Diddy's team, I believe is, let me see, his name is J-Dub. He says, "Playboy, you did not produce 9 joints. Not even close. You just funked yourself. You ain't went wood. Playboy, who are you?" So, hey man, this is the legal mumbo jumbo when it comes to these record deals, these record contracts, all that stuff, dog. You get what you negotiate. That's how it happens sometimes, man. I would love to get more into that, but this conversation went further than that because of this lawsuit. But before we get to the lawsuit, after that discussion, Lil Rod put out these set of videos right here.
I apologize to anyone this video may be embarrassing to. Let's just jump right into it. Some of you may know me or may not. I'm a music producer who's a writer and musician. Different genres. I started in the gospel and jazz and R&B and worked my way over to the hip hop side. I've been working on an album. I took a year off straight working on this album. That album is the Love album, Off the Grid by Diddy. And it's Grammy nominated right now as we speak. I should be celebrating, but the truth is I'm not. Taking this album on has required so much time, months and at a time, 16 hours to 24 hours a day. Sometimes, Diddy will request certain works to be done and tell us don't go to sleep until it's done. And the truth is, we'll be up for days trying to accomplish that. I've tried to get my business straight with them on this album, but the truth is they're not playing fair. They hit me on below the belt on so many situations. Just dealing with this. It's the contract that they give me and the offer that they gave me was just disgusting. The producer fee, pennies, and on top of that, these guys are trying to steal my publishing. I can't go for that, so I'm fighting back. He's a fighter, but I'm gonna put in this fight. I gotta do it for myself, my rights, and most importantly, my kids. Taking my publishing or stealing it I'm not gonna let that happen. Not gonna let that happen. Again, this is one of those projects that took so much time from me. I missed holidays with my family, just out working on this album. At what point I was running around with the hard drives, the computer, just to run the ball on this album, to finish the production on it, make sure that this album came to, a good project with good vibes, just where it is right now. And just to be offered little to no participation in this is highly disrespectful. I won't be that guy 20, 30 years from now looking back saying, I wish I'd done this. I'm going to do this now. Doing this situation is not easy. Taking Puff to court, suing him is not easy. I don't have the monies that it's going to take to fight him in court. So I'm just asking, if you're in support, please. The link is in my bio to my GoFundMe. The money will go towards my attorney fees and to just make sure I'm keeping my head above water during the process. I really appreciate this. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Until further notice, I will not be performing at any gigs or anything like that. For security reasons, my family, friends, and everyone close to me just feels like there's a lot of potential threats, and everybody's just telling me what he's allegedly capable of, and it's very scary for myself, and it has me worried about my kids, and just sleeping with anxiety and different things like that. So just moving forward, just want to pause on everything until we know that it's clear and safe for me to come back outside of work. I appreciate you all for your love and support, and everybody that knows me, etc. Thank you so much. Love.
So like I said, after that point, Lil Rod began to ask for help with the GoFundMe as he was preparing for a legal battle with Diddy. Now the whole time, I'm thinking this dude is about to fight for publishing rights. I wasn't expecting that he'd be claiming that the diddler was trying to diddle him. Nevertheless, this is all sounding fishy, dog. In this lawsuit, Lil Rod has made claims that Diddy has essayed him, came on to him several times, tried to get him to recruit and sleep with sex workers, He claims that Diddy made Cuba Gooding Jr. come on to him. He claims that Diddy made Young Miami's cousin come on to him. We go over that. He also claims that Diddy and his son are into having underage girls around, And he also claims that he witnessed Diddy and Justin Combs' son once again shoot a man named G. And he provided some photos of that, aftermath in the alleged aftermath in the lawsuit. But as I've said, the lies are starting to unravel, and that comes in regards to his claim about Diddy showing him a video of Stevie J having relations with a white male. Now, in the lawsuit, a screenshot was provided of this said video, and it turns out that the man in the video is not Stevie J, but yet an adult film star. Okay, so shout out to Neighborhood Talk. So it was the man suing Diddy for allegedly SAing him claimed Diddy made him watch a video of Stevie J having relations with a man. He provided screenshots and document, and that man is not Stevie J. It's adult star named Knockout. So this is the guy saying, this is not him, it's me, y'all. Y'all really be trying this. So they leaked the photos. This guy says, that's not him, that's me in the photos. It's blurred down here, so y'all ain't got to see what's going on. So the document says Mr. Combs used access to Stevie J and his knowledge of Mr. Jones' admiration of Stevie J to groom and entice Mr. Jones to engage in homosexuality. So Mr. Jones is Little Rob, by the way. So Mr. Combs went so far as to share a video of Stevie J doing some things to a Caucasian male without a rubber. This was done to ease Mr. Jones' anxiety concerning homosexuality. According to Mr. Combs, this is a normal practice in the music industry. Look, even Stevie J is doing it. That sounds so scripted. Like, I can't. Like, not saying that things doesn't happen, but it sounds like this is something that you want to write so people will read it and say, see, I knew. 10-4 hats. This is for them. This is for them, and it's put in there purposely to embarrass Diddy and hope that he would settle. You know. So let's continue reading. So Mr. Combs informed Mr. Jones that he had engaged in sexual intercourse with rapper Redacted, R&B singer Redacted, and Stevie J. Mr. Combs promised to make sure that Mr. Jones wins Producer of the Year at the Grammys if he engaged in homosexuality. The following are screenshots of the video of Stevie J doing some things to a Caucasian male that Mr. Combs provided to Mr. Jones. So yeah, dog. Like we saying, it's not him. It's not Stevie J. It's fake. It's fake. Now I don't know about y'all, but this is why I started to call bullshit. If you want to play the mental gymnastics and you can say, okay, did he still show him in the video? You know, he still showed him the film of two dudes, but nah, to me, it seems to be a blatant lie to cause a media storm, to play on the minds of the gullible fans on social media that just want to see salacious shit. They already think that he gay as hell. They like, see, I told you, and I told you he was being gay with Stevie J. It plays into those things, but I'm not buying it. You know what they say, you lie about one thing, you lie about everything. Now, me, myself, personally, I think there is a possibility that some things stated that were true to a degree in his lawsuit. To a degree. You know, he mentioned going to recruit sex workers at a club down here in Miami called Booby Trap. That sounds like a typical night on some rap billionaire type shit. That sound about right. I ain't gonna lie to y'all about that. I've seen videos of Diddy hanging out with Young Miami with strippers twerking and shit like that. I've seen videos of Diddy in Miami at the office. It sounds like some shit that they'll probably be doing now. Diddy may have made him feel uncomfortable at a point with some gay shit. I don't know. Maybe. And Young Miami's cousin may have made a move on to him, you know? But once you lie about one thing, it makes it harder for me to take everything seriously. When you consider the fact that all this started over publishing royalties and make you think, Well, but hold on. Let's get to that Young Miami shit real quick. I know academics is going in on Young Miami right now, calling her Jelaine Maxwell, like they on some what the homie name is, Pizzagate dude. What dude name is? I can't think of the homie name. He's not my homie, but Epstein, yeah. So he's acting like, you know, Young Miami and Diddy was on some Epstein and Jelaine Maxwell type stuff. So academics is going off on Young Miami just because he mad at her. But this is she was mentioned. Ain't really nothing about her in here, but she was mentioned in the lawsuit and mentioned saying that they allegedly did coke together, Diddy and Young Miami. But this is what people are referencing. This says 80. Once again, Mr. Jones pushed her off. The following are images from a video of Young Miami, her cousin, Mr. Jones, and Mr. Combs. So this is dude, Lil Rod, that's Diddy. That's them right there. Mr. Jones and Mr. Combs on Thanksgiving Day, right before Mr. Combs invites Mr. Jones into the restroom and attempted to force him to take cocaine. So this is Young Miami and her cousin right here. Young Miami and her female cousin who's SA'd Mr. Jones on Thanksgiving Day 2022. Okay, so this says right here, on Thanksgiving Day 2022, Mr. Jones was in Mr. Combs' house located in Miami, Florida. Young Miami and her female cousins were also present. Mr. Combs was intoxicated and offered cocaine to Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones rejected him and proceeded to walk to the restroom. All right. While using the restroom, Young Miami's cousin burst into the bathroom and began groping Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones believes that Mr. Combs sent her in there to SA Mr. Jones. As she entered the bathroom, she dropped to her knees and began performing, dropping that neck on Mr. Jones' exposed Slap. Mr. Jones pushed her away and exited the bathroom. Young Miami's cousin did not accept Mr. Jones' rejection, and she proceeded to follow Mr. Jones out of the bathroom. She started undressing and attempted to straddle him and have sex with him in the presence of Mr. Combs and his staff. Okay? So he's saying that, he did the nasty with the cousin after not trying to. Okay? Now, once again, these things may be true. These things may be true, but it's hard to believe after one lie. So you don't know anymore. That sounds like a normal story. He may not have been that attracted to the girl, or she may have been coming on strong. I don't know. It sounds like a normal story. When you getting a lot of vagina, every vagina you just don't hop on. But you may be a horny dude to do that. But it sounds like a normal story in these lifestyles. But, I don't know. It sounds like they had a two-man going on. But listen. Once again, when you consider the fact that all this started over a dispute about publishing royalties, it seems like the homie Lil Rod realized that he may not be able to win the battle and decided to take a different route and to go ahead and get his money. So I'm not here to say that he's not a villain, but that doesn't mean that he isn't a walking lick at this point, as his reputation is in shambles after settling that lawsuit with Cassie and being hit with several others after that point. But hey, that's all I gotta say right now. I just want to bring y'all this information, and now it's in your hands to form your own conclusions based on that. I know what I think. But y'all gotta let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here though. There's another update with Stace. Yo.